Hello, I'm Monotropic Mango, and this is a response video to Chris and Debbie aka Auticate's video 5 ways AI can help autistic adults. I was a bit taken aback when I saw this video uploaded. AI has been a topic on everyone's mind for the last few years. It's a delicate topic and one that can't be taken lightly. As Chris rightfully says, it's here to stay, and we are currently experiencing a transition period from no generated AI to all generated AI everywhere in my eyeballs. I have great respect for Chris and Debbie's channel. Their videos have greatly helped me on my journey, like many others have. So thanks, guys. But my problem with the video is it's just way too positive. If we're talking about the autistic perspective, we need more balance, positives and negatives. So for this video I'm going to reiterate the positives, talk about some of my own experiences, and then I'm going to tell you why the positives don't matter, especially for autistic people. Let's dive in. Positives. Chris states that AI is good for straightforward, judgment-free conversation with no irritating misunderstandings. Absolutely. Go ahead. Great use of AI if you're by yourself and need a chat. Great for medical research. This is very true. AI can offer so much brilliant information for you to take to your GP, or give you a chance to avoid the GP altogether, which is always good. If I had asked AI just 2 years ago to give me a reason for all of my traits, my struggles, I may have realized I was autistic a lot sooner. I don't entirely agree it's great for all research. In my experience, depending on the AI, it has come up with some porkies. This is one of my own. It is good for dyslexia. In my opinion, just like the calculator would have done for those who struggle with numbers, AI can help to support those who have great difficulties with language, English, writing, but this leads me to my first negative. AI helps with written communication. That's right, this is one of Chris's positives. On the surface, it seems like a pretty great thing. Conversations can be very difficult for autistic people, and emails and texts are no exception. But where is the line drawn between authentic and fake? Authentic and a lie? Authentic and digital masking? Or even scripting? Where is the line drawn with how people respond to you? In my experience, autistic people keep an ear out for deep, relatable conversation. If everything is churned through a computer, how are you to tell if the other person is being their authentic self too? And that is still important in the workplace. Suddenly, something that seems so clear is even more complicated. Publishing and credit. In my experience, I've seen people who are just fine at writing, but they still use AI to write full articles and emails that are incredibly important, emotional responses to heartfelt comments and complaints. It seems wrong to me that a response to something, let's say an email about someone passing away, would be faked by AI. I've seen published works in newspapers and online books with names credited, real people that are claiming the work is theirs because they typed a prompt into AI. A lot of this work is printed for the public to read, and they believe that person wrote every word, which discredits actual journalists whose articles it may sit beside. Slow down. I don't know about you, but I have auditory processing disorder. This means everything needs to be at a pretty easy pace, unless it's very specific, hyper-focused. The trouble with AI doing all of our jobs is it means we have to produce more. Big bosses will start instructing us to go from 1 or 2 write-ups a day to 10. Why not? AI can do it. Stress levels rising. The whole world will become faster and faster. And as all this rubbish is spat out all over the place, and we're kind of already here. The environmental factor. I won't go too much into this one as it's not entirely relevant to this topic, but it is a well-known fact that generated AI requires a significant amount of power. This means they use a high amount of electricity and water to cool their servers. The big obvious autistic problem. Well, this is the one I've been leading up to. As you may know, autistic people struggle greatly with finding and keeping jobs. This makes life an awful struggle for finance and survival, whether they be by themselves or have families. The fact is, AI is taking our jobs. It might not have taken yours yet, but it's taken a few of mine already. It's taken many, and more to come. Out of all my special interests, only one is most obvious for monetization. That's art. So throughout my life, I've been a struggling artist, desperately trying to make something of my interest. For the most part, it became a side hustle, like most artists, but at least that's something when the regular day-to-day jobs are so exhausting and terrifying and depressing. Knowing there was hope I could always grab some money doing some drawing, animation or writing kept me alive. But guess what? AI can do all that now. I know what you're thinking. Real artists will still have jobs. Nope. Consumers are surrendering to the AI overlords for free of charge content. Examples being the bloody terrifying Ghibli art imitations, and the most recent one, make yourself into a doll trend. I've seen festivals of all types, including art festivals, using Gen AI instead of hiring artists. I've seen theatres making AI posters. I thought it would blow over, but it didn't. It's become commonplace because most people just don't respect artists. Well, maybe I can just learn new skills, as a carpenter or an accountant. That's not how my mind is wired. What else can I do to earn money? Maybe I could start a YouTube channel about Doctor Who or The Sims or my favourite musician, Damon Albarn. Can I rely on that earning me some side money or earning me a living? No. So I struggle. I'm bad at getting jobs in the first place because I'm both honest and anxious in interviews. Then it takes me over a year to get over anxieties of a job and learn the new skills. Once I'm settled in, I start to fall apart because I've been drained of my joy, drained of my interests. The only hope I had in the world for happiness. It was already being taken away by society. Now AI has to put the nail in the coffin. And if you don't think this relates to you, your job will be next. No matter what it is, AI is getting better and better. Photography is out, graphic design is out, filmmaking is out, editing, storyboarding is out, animation is almost out. This is where the money is being directed. Authenticity is important, and it's almost out of reach. The robots will be building soon, and then how will people feel? Perhaps they'll even be playing sport. Anything's possible, and if it's cheaper, it will happen. At the beginning of the video I said I was going to say the positives and why they don't matter anymore. It's because I could see so many positives at the beginning. As a form of research, as a idea generator for pre-production projects, as communication, I even felt like the generated images could be beneficial in some way. But I've seen what both powerful people and the general public are using it for now, and it's not pretty. It's actually quite ugly. But it also is getting prettier, but only some people can see it. The ugliness, I mean. And now it's become commonplace, and there ain't no good left in him, Luke. Without art, I have nothing to offer society. Apart from, maybe a little joke. Have my joke, society. And without art, I have no way to be happy. And without happiness, I can't mask. Thanks for watching, guys.